When you're done with modifying the start files, you want to move them to your Web 105 folder. So here's my Web 105 folder. It's out on my desktop. You can see it's right here. I'll also have it automatically backing up to Google Drive. And so I've got chapters 3 and chapters 4 in here, plus that initial one that we've already created and handed in. So inside chapter 3, I've moved everything from that last folder where I've modified according to the directions. And you have your lab instructions there too. You don't actually need that. You can leave it there or not. But you need to have the images and the CSS folder and all of the pages. And then you're going to connect to your website from FileZilla. And you should have that saved hopefully from last time. But your connection settings are going to be your web address, which is going to be your student ID .mccdgm.net. Logon type should be normal. Use explicit FTP over TLS if available. You should have your username, which is your student ID or your login to Canvas, and the password, hopefully that you modified and changed on the server. And then you'll want to connect, and that'll be saved, and it'll show up here. So on your side, you need to find your Web 105 folder. Mine's in my desktop. It's right here. On the remote site, I need to go into public HTML. And then I should have a Web 105 folder here. And since I don't, I will actually create one. And I did a file, not a folder. I usually leave my mistakes in because you might make them too. I want to create a directory, Web 105. Okay, then I can open this up. And I can pull over that initial one that I did. You probably have already uploaded that. I'm working in a different online server than I did for the initial video. And then I've got everything in chapter 3. Now I actually prefer to rename these with all lowercase, just because that's the standards that I generally want. But that's up to you. Just do stuff the same thing all the time. It makes it easier. And then I can take the whole folder over here at one time. And I'll go ahead and drop chapter 4 over here as well because I've got that one done and in here. And then to test this, I would go out to any browser. I'm going to test it in Opera here. And we go to Web 105. Actually, this is the student site, Web 105 student. And so you should have your Web 105 folder. We'll come back and do a index page that shows up for this later. And then you'll want a link to the HTML page, or you can just hand in this link here. But if you want to go to the actual page, you'd click on that one and hand in that one. But if you get me to the folder level, I'll be able to check and see that you've got everything done and give you credit for it. So that's what you're going to want to hand in. So again, it's your student ID or your student login for canvas.mccdgm.net, Web 105, chapter 3 or whatever you named it, and this is what needs to be handed into Canvas.